Thanks for joining us for this news update. This morning, the city of Waco holding an emergency press conference just a day after the major decision to shut down all dine-in restaurants, bars, and gyms. The emergency press conference has just started, so let's listen in.
To share with you, at the conclusion of each session, we will have a Spanish interpreter to read what has been said, interpret what has been said. And then at the end, we will have questions, and we'll have the right folks up here to answer your questions. At this time, I would like to introduce the director of our WACO-McLennan County Health District, Dr. Gray.
Good morning. The WACO-McLennan County Public Health District received 5 confirmed COVID-19 cases. They're all travel related. None of these cases are hospitalized. The first case is a 64-year-old male who returned from Israel on 3/12/20. One of the members of the group he traveled with is a Dale County resident. We were notified at 4 p.m. yesterday that he tested positive for COVID-19. The second case is a 68-year-old man from Ecuador visiting family in McLennan County. We were notified at 7 p.m. last night. The third and fourth case are a married couple with a travel history to New York. The man is 56 years old. The woman is 52 years old. We were notified at 9 p.m. last night. The Public Health District just received information on the 5th case this morning, and we're working to contact this person. The McLennan County Waco County Public Health District is working with the individuals to identify and notify any close contacts. This includes working with local public health in other jurisdictions if necessary for notification. Anyone experiencing fever, cough, or difficulty breathing should visit their health care provider's website first for online screening. Ascension, Baylor White and Scott, and the Family Health Center have online screening forms for COVID-19. If you do not have a provider or insurance, you can contact the Family Health Center for assistance. Testing must be ordered by a physician. Testing is not done at the Public Health District. Social distancing is important at this time. The less you spend time with large groups of people, the less likely you are to become infected. This is how we flatten the curve. Individuals can prevent exposure to COVID-19 with these simple steps. Washing your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 minutes. If soap and water are not available, use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer with 60 to 95% alcohol. Frequently cleaning surfaces that are high contact, ensuring that you are practicing proper respiratory etiquette, which means if you're coughing or sneezing, cough and sneeze into a tissue or into your elbow and discard it in the lined garbage can. And again, let me reiterate, it's important that you practice social distancing at this time. And I'll turn it back over to our mayor. I'll turn it over. Thank you.
Buenos días a todos. Han sido confirmados 5 casos del COVID-19. Todos están relacionados con el viaje. Ningún caso ha sido hospitalizado. Lo que queremos asegurarles es que tenemos la información. La Subsecretaría de Salud apenas ha recibido la información sobre el 5º caso esta mañana y estamos trabajando con contactar a esa persona. Estamos trabajando con los individuos para identificar y notificar a todos los que han tenido contacto directo con estas personas. Cualquier persona que está teniendo los síntomas debe de visitar o consultar con su proveedor del cuidado de la salud. Si usted no tiene seguro médico, no se preocupe, puede contactar al Centro Family Health Center para tener mayor apoyo y asistencia. Solo recuerde que las pruebas para el COVID-19 deben de ser pedidos por su médico y ninguna prueba se puede realizar en la Subsecretaría de la Salud. También es muy importante en este momento practicar la distancia social. Entre menos tiempo que usted pase en grupos grandes, será mejor la probabilidad de que usted pueda ser contagiado. Esto nos ayudaría mucho aquí en la comunidad. Algunas pautas que queremos que sigan. Ayer hablamos de los pasos que las personas en la comunidad deben de tomar. Primeramente, lávese las manos y estas prácticas de higiene deben de durar al menos 20 segundos. Evite tocarse los ojos, la nariz, la boca con manos que están sucias. Evite el contacto directo con personas que están enfermas. Quédese en casa cuando está enfermo y cúbrase la tos o los estornudos con un papel higiénico y tírelo a la basura inmediatamente. También debe de practicar la limpieza en casa con cualquier objeto o cosa superficie que usted toque. Y al final tenemos que decirles que no es necesario usar las mascarillas para las personas que están en buena salud. Gracias.
Okay, to reiterate, we now have 5 confirmed cases in McLennan County. As a community, we all have a role to play in preparing and responding to COVID-19. The steps the City of Waco took yesterday and today will keep our community safe and protect our healthcare system from being overwhelmed. These steps will help flatten the curve by helping to slow and prevent instances of community spread. As listed in the emergency declaration yesterday, the following are closed to the public. Dine-in restaurants. They may sell food for drive-through, takeout, or delivery only. There are currently steps underway to let the public know about all the restaurants that we have in Waco that are offering drive-through, takeout, and delivery. Bars, lounges, or taverns and private clubs are closed. But if you're an institution that might be considered a bar and you serve food as part of your operation, you can sell food for drive-through, takeout, or delivery, and we would urge you to do that. Gyms and fitness studios are closed. Indoor amusement and theaters are closed. Community gatherings of more than 50 people are banned. We also urge that you cancel all non-essential gatherings of 10 people or more, and that the vulnerable population avoid gathering altogether. If you are gathering, we strongly recommend that you abide by the 6-foot social distancing recommendations, as everyone is doing in here right now. We recognize that the faith-based community holds a unique trust within the community, and this trust is essential in supporting mitigation of the spread of COVID-19. With that understanding, it is important that churches understand that the order banning gatherings of more than 50 people applies to church services, weddings, and funerals. We recognize how difficult this is. My recommendation is that you use live streaming technology as much as possible. For weddings and funerals, only invite family and close friends to be in attendance and use live streaming. I also recommend that you use online donations to keep your churches going. There are inexpensive technologies to implement that will help you do this. Again, there are 5 cases now in McLennan County. All of these are travel related. There is no need to panic as a result of this. Most people who acquire COVID-19 are going to recover and have mild symptoms, but the vulnerable population and some others may have bad outcomes. And so if you'll just practice the things that we have been talking about, that's our best course. If you feel sick, don't go to the doctor, call first. Call first so that you don't expose others and they don't expose you. At this time, I'm going to ask for the Spanish translation of what I've just said, and then we will take questions. Thank you.
Como una comunidad, todos tenemos un rol en el control y el manejo del COVID-19. Los pasos que tomó la ciudad ayer y hoy mantendremos seguro a la comunidad y protegemos nuestro sistema para el cuidado de salud. Estos pasos seguirán ayudando en controlar y prevenir la propagación de esta enfermedad. Según la declaración de emergencia, los negocios a continuación se mantendrán cerrados al público. Esto incluye a los restaurantes de servicio directo, pero pueden vender comida para llevar o por pedido solamente. Los clubs privados, cantinas, lugares parecidos, gimnasios y estudios, teatros y los cines. Y no se pueden reunir grupos de 50 personas o más mientras se practique la distancia social. Reconocemos a nuestra comunidad basada en la fe y que sostiene confianza única dentro de la comunidad, y esto es crítico para apoyar en el control de esta enfermedad. Pero necesitamos de comprender que es importante que las iglesias comprendan por qué estamos tomando estos pasos de no dejar que las personas se reúnan en grupos de 50 personas o más. Esto también aplica a los servicios de la iglesia, las bodas y los funerales. Reconocemos que esto es muy importante. Mi recomendación es que usted trabaje usando la tecnología y las herramientas en línea cuando sea posible, para las bodas, los funerales, y que invite solamente a la familia y a los amigos o amistades cercanas, y trate de compartir estos eventos por medio de los recursos en línea. Gracias.
At this time, we'll take some questions from the media, and if you will, speak loudly, and I'm going to try to repeat the question if I hear it well.
Can we get a repeat of just where the 5 cases came from and the ages of the 5 cases?
I want to repeat the number of cases and where they came from. Dr. Gray?
So the first case is a 64-year-old male who returned from Israel on 3/12/20. One of the members of the group he traveled with is a Bell County resident who tested positive for COVID-19. We were notified at 4 p.m. yesterday. The second case is a 68-year-old man from Ecuador visiting family in McLennan County. We were notified at 7 p.m. last night. The third and fourth case are a married couple with a travel history to New York. The man is 56 years old and the woman is 52 years old. We were notified at 9 p.m. last night.
Thank you, Dr. Gray.
I have a question for the health department as well. How many cases are still pending in McLennan?
How many cases are still pending in McLennan County?
Give your name, if you will.
Sure. My name is Vaidehi Shah. I'm the senior epidemiologist. We still have about 16 pending, but I would give you, we would post an update maybe by the end of the day today and give you the exact number. Mm-hmm.
Noelle?
As for the 5th person, what is being done to find this individual?
What is being done for the 5th person to find their background and where they've traveled from?
Hi, I'm Farley Varner. I'm the Waco McLennan County Public Health District Health Authority. The 5th case was reported to us by the state. Their testing was done in another county. They're a McLennan County resident, so and so are all the other 4 cases. Reporting is done by county, and we just don't have the information on the 5th case yet.
Yes, sir.
With it having 5 cases and everything, like, are y'all taking any extra precautions when it comes to with the social distancing and what we should do, like disinfecting our house or whatnot?
Anything changed from what we announced yesterday?
Yeah, with the 5 cases.
Anything changed from the cases that we were, anything changed?
So there's no change at this point in the order. We will be taking this day by day and hour by hour. If we need to update our order, we will do that. But I want to turn it over to Dr. Verner to give health recommendations.
There isn't any change in how we approach it. It was just by chance that all of these tests were done near the same time and came back at the same time. So it doesn't change the approach. It's still important to do exactly what we've been doing before. And these cases are travel related, and they were discovered because of the mechanisms in place to detect them early and avoid contact with the community. And so it's important to do all the social distancing things that have been recommended so that the cases that are unrecognized don't spread.
Thank you, Dr. Berner.
How have these people been quarantined? Is there a chance that they may have spread it to anyone while they were symptomatic?
How have they been quarantined, and is anything about them being symptomatic?
The first 4 cases have been notified by their provider. They've been interviewed by phone by the health district epidemiologist. They've been notified and instructed to home isolate, they and their families. They will be actively monitored by phone by the health district personnel. They are informed and will be informed of how to seek medical care if their condition worsens in any way. EMS, fire departments will be aware of the need for pickup and to allow for protection of personnel, but they are in home isolation, they and their families.
All right, Drake?
Yeah, I have a question about the gentleman who traveled with the Bell County resident to Israel. Supposedly it was a group. Was this a large group of Central Texans that went? Have all of the group been tested for it? More details, I guess, on how this happened, how it just became confirmed.
More details about the person that traveled with the Bell County people.
Yes.
Okay.
So it was a large group. We're working with the state to contact everybody who was in the group. So because there were people from different counties, the state would be taking the lead on that. But we are in the process of contacting everybody who was in the group.
Do we know how large the group was?
I can get you the exact number. I don't have it right now, but I can get it by the end of the day. Mm-hmm.
Back over here. Jasmine.
I know yesterday we told businesses in Waco, what about daycares? Do they fall under those?
About what?
Daycares? Do they
Daycares.
fall under?
What about daycares? Do they fall under the same order?
No, daycares are not covered by the order. They can operate, and they have certain recommendations that they are following, and we need them to continue to follow. Thank you.
Follow up, okay.
That was malls and stores, are they under the same section?
Malls and stores under the same direction.
No, malls and stores are not covered by the order. We recognize that people need to get supplies and goods. Again, we just urge you to use the social distancing protocols in those stores.
Anybody else? Let's take one or two, maybe one more, okay?
Similar to what he asked, you already asked about the guy from Israel, but what about the rest of them? Did they travel in packs too, or?
Were any of the other persons, other than the person traveling to Israel, were they in groups you're talking about?
No, that's the only one case that we know of that traveled in a group.
Okay, if there's no other questions, I think, was there any other presentation or any other, anything else you want to say? One of the mayor's going to finish up.
Thank you. So thank you again for joining us today. Reiterate one more time for those who may have joined late. We do have 5 confirmed cases now in McLennan County. There is no reason to change anything that you're doing other than following the protocols that have been established. and abiding by the declaration that was issued yesterday. I want to point out that we've got a great set of frequently asked questions, FAQs, on the city's website that will help you understand, will answer a lot of your questions. And if you don't get an answer to those, please email our city public information office, and we will work to add those questions and answers to that site. Thank you again for being here. Be safe, take care of each other, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.
All right, thank you for joining us here on this news update. As we just heard, the City of Waco and the WACO-McLennan County Public Health District has confirmed the 5 confirmed cases of coronavirus in McLennan County. The first was a 64-year-old male who traveled to Israel and came back in early March, and he traveled with a person who was also tested positive for coronavirus in Bell County. The second gentleman was a 68-year-old man who is visiting from Ecuador, and he's visiting family. The third and fourth case confirmed is a married couple, the woman 52 and the male 56. They have a travel history to go to New York back and forth, and that's how they contracted the disease. Now, the fifth case reported, they aren't sure where the case is coming from. It was reported to them by the state because he or she is a resident of McLennan County, and they were tested in a different county. So they aren't sure of the fifth case or where they are, and we could get more information to you on that at that time. Now, they are taking this day by day. The Mayor Kyle Deaver says, please everyone, do not panic. They are prepared and are ready for cases like this to pop up. All of these cases were confirmed last night when they received those confirmations. Now, of course, like they said yesterday, they closed off. All dine-in restaurants are closed, so they can only do takeout or delivery. Bars, lounges, and clubs are all closed, as well as gyms and fitness studios. As far as daycare goes, and daycares and malls and stores, those are not going to be closed, but they do say please practice social distancing, which means just please stay 6 feet apart. Again, 5 confirmed cases here in McLennan County, and we will get more information to you as that time. Now, President Trump will be speaking at a press conference at 10:30, and we will be back then.